when I got discovered, I've never been afraid to travel, and so I had no fear about that. So I just went into it with just like, let's see what happens. To be sitting here 28 years later, I feel so grateful and blessed. I've met amazing people. I've had an amazing life so far, very colorful. And I wouldn't imagine that I would be still working with the same photographers that I've worked with since I was 16. Yeah. I remember Ron Howard and Brian Grazer said to me that what you do, they came to watch us, they kind of studied a few of us for a while, and they said what you do is like acting without words. And I never looked at it that way, but yes, I guess it is. Yeah. And no matter what contract you've got, beauty contract, to get that Vogue cover, it's like, it's just, I can't tell you, it's just elation. It's like your family's proud, you feel like you've achieved something and you've finally made a mark in the business. And even till this day, if I get a Vogue cover, it's the same feeling as when I was 16. It's just, it's just a Vogue cover, there's nothing else. It's royalty.
In Britain, we've always been quite successful at sort of growing young talent. Yeah. But then they haven't been able to take the next step because there isn't the manufacturing and everything. Whereas in Italy, you find it harder to that initial stage. But actually, if they can get to there, you've got people there who can really grow big brands, can't you? Which is exciting.
Some of the people are like, for example, Nicholas Kirkwood was the winner of this contest, and he started in Italy, and he was already producing in Italy's more collection. So when you see people that they really do, that they really can have, after they have success, it's the moment in which you feel more proud of what you have done, because you see that there is something that goes on, that is not only stop on your own moment, in your work.
I kind of took like 5 years off, kind of, and lived in Russia. And I was just thinking, I'll just probably be a housewife and not do anything. But it's not in my nature. I love to do something.
What kind of a housewife would you be?
Well, don't think I'm going to be behind the stove every night. No, I can heat it up, but I don't want to be cooking it.
Housewife.
I can cook.
How do you feel about things like Twitter, where, if you're on Twitter and Facebook, how do you deal with people being rude about you on Twitter?
I ignore. I just ignore, because, I've always said this, and I'll say it again and again, everyone has the right to their opinion. And what they feel and what they think about me is not my business. I know who I am, those that know me know who I am, and that's what's most important, that I'm comfortable at 43 in my own skin. So that's how I feel.
Do you have any sense that people respond better to models who look the same as themselves? Have you any kind of awareness of that, or?
It shouldn't be that way. I've done a cover of Chinese Vogue, and you choose the model because that's what the image you want. That's the designer you pick. Just choose it in that way. It shouldn't be chosen on color. It should be chosen. She's a beautiful model. We want her for this. She fits the criteria of the story, and that's it. That's how it should be.
And Franca, what are your?
I feel that you cannot go by color. You have to go by models. I agree completely, because today is global, and you have. It's not that you have to see a Chinese girl because you are Chinese, or what's about us? We have only 2 Italian models, so what do we do?
I know that you've been very vocal about the whole question of racial diversity within the fashion industry. And do you have any sense that things are changing at all?
Yes, I do feel things are changing. That's why I walked on with this magazine today.
I've been worrying about
I walked on with this magazine because I feel, and Beth Ann as well, Iman, we have never ever seen so many advertising. So when we started this whole thing about balanced diversity, it wasn't just for fashion shows. It was that the designers would then follow through and use models of color in the campaigns, which is what we all want to be in advertising.
Let's have a look.
And you've got so many, You've got Prada. You've got here, this issue for me was like, I was so happy and so proud to see it, because you've got Jordan, you've got Tom Ford Beauty, I mean, I've never seen anything like this. I mean, if this shows that this has changed. There is a change for the positive and going in the right direction.
Yeah.
And so this issue was treasure it, because it's like the first of like a landmark